what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm just saying, if it was me, I wouldn't let my girl go out like that. Shut the f up. The boys are mad about Sierra. I'm gonna keep it real brief today. During Oscars weekend, Sierra went viral for a dress that had her buns out. They were covered in fishnets, but the buns were definitely out, and that's her business. And not even her man's business, and the difference between y'all and Russell Wilson is that he knows that. And what's more, he knows that the aspect of letting a woman do anything is archaic. Here's what happened. Not Monk! On Sunday, Vanity Fair hosted their annual after party, and the people showed up and showed out in either sheer, very revealing, and or flattering silhouettes. Why? Because the theme was old Hollywood barely there. Seemed like a lot of y'all not reading to me. So while Sierra was not only on theme, but just being very comfortable in her body, quite a few men and women, pick me! Girl, is that you? Took to the internet to discuss how out of line she was and that she was just looking for attention. So there are a few things at play here. Chiefly misogynoir. We've talked about it before, a term coined by Moya Bailey that refers to the specific hatred, dislike, distrust, and prejudice directed at the distinctive intersection of being black and being a woman. It's a unique brand of bullshit, developed specifically to throw black women under the bus and then right on over to the wolves. And I just want to ask y'all something. Why is it that instead of building forts around black women in efforts to protect them from the ops, y'all literally make a hole and direct the ops right to them? Because Hunter Schafer, Shay Mitchell, Haley Steinfeld, Kendall Jenner, Alessandra Ambrosio all show up on theme, but y'all call Sierra a $2 hoe? That would imply that black bodies are inherently negative. That black women's bodies in particular should not be exposed because they can only exist in a suggestive context. That sensuality and sex appeal cannot coincide with civilization or high fashion. Because y'all know damn well if someone showed up in that dress and some chicken cutlets, y'all wouldn't have had nothing to say and move right along. But this is a man's world. It's giving insert colonization and religion here. However, this isn't just a conversation about learned behaviors from white people and white Christians disparaging black women for centuries, making cases for the godless deception that exists on black women's hips and the de-evolution that takes place between their thighs, imploring our women in their girlhood not to become the Jezebels that lured good white men out of their beds and into the slave quarters. Even well into the 20th century, black women's bodies remain synonymous with sexual deviancy. So when we engage in collectively shaming black women for their bodies, we are also revealing the defense and or coping mechanisms developed within our own community to prevent that type of attention. For the purposes of colonization and establishing dominance, black women were, as Bell Hooks would say, reduced to spectacle, as in put on display. And I'm talking beyond the exhibition of Sarah Bartman and other Hottentot Venuses like her. Black women's bodies have been continuously used as scenes of subjection where other people's control and narratives, black or white, have been projected upon them like a screenplay. So the crux of this conversation is really about agency. When a person is said to have agency, it means they know how to exercise a certain level of autonomy. And given our history, all women, but black women especially, regardless of how they choose to present themselves, should be able to do so without critique, as long as they ain't hurting nobody. Even feminist icons across the spectrum have different thoughts on this. Bell Hooks, not going for it. While she praises capturing women's sexuality, to her, Sierra's act would have been for the male gaze, period. And that's her business. Audre Lorde writes that the erotic is powerful. Josephine Baker would have asked her to borrow the outfit. But many of us have been socialized to believe that we should only be sexual on men's terms. And the discourse would suggest that women who belong to other men shouldn't be naked at all. Yet this type of talk leaves out the women who don't like men, period, and it's increasingly boring. The argument has not evolved since the beginning of time because it has nowhere else to go. Using words like out of respect for her man only applies to the people that works for it. And if that's you and yours, that's beautiful. But you can also leave the Sierras alone.